best, they gang. Magic's bets in the cut, got the game on lock. Flipping dimes, calling shots, every move non-stop. 615, parlay slayer, player odds like dice. In the trap house, betting lines, making racks feel nice. Pushing the line, we don't fold, don't shy. Cashing tickets, counting green to the sky. On the podcast, we ball, roll the spread. Money talk, never walk, bets ahead. Parlay slayer stacking chips like he bricks. Magic's calling plays, mixing schemes so slick. Numbers on the board, all these digits don't lie. In this trap house sports, best we fly. Pushing the line, we don't fold, don't shy. Cashing tickets, counting green to the sky. On the podcast, we ball, roll the spread. Money talk, never walk, bets ahead. Got your bankroll rising like the early morning sun. From parlays to straight plays, we stun. Twisted stats, breaking news, all for the gain. In this world of odds, we reign. Lines moving swift like the rain in the night. Heavy hitters in this game got the insight. Magic's with the tips, 615 with the hit. Podcast worldwide, see us never miss. Hey, okay.
What's up, Mike?
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to
What's up,
another episode
Smeezy?
of Pushing the Line Podcast.
Hey, man. He said stop texting him. He get alerts. That's dedication right there. He's looking forward to the show, so he can just pop in whenever he get that alert. I like it.
No, that's junk.
See, for somebody who always says that I don't have a nice bone in my body and no
Oh,
niceness at
you don't
all,
at all. Oh, you do not at all.
you don't want to be in the screws this morning,
No, I'm responding in a Scrooge fashion to somebody who's a Scrooge first.
man. Come on now. Well, it's the season of giving, and we be giving out these bets. And if you tuned into the Friday night show when we discussed this early game that is going on right now, where Pittsburgh is up 14-6, I told you to take Justin Jefferson, longest reception over 26 and a half yards. It cashed in the first half.
Yeah, he was mad too.
Who was mad?
Justin Jefferson.
Oh, he'd be out because he slipped.
Yeah, he was hot. I'm glad I didn't take DK Metcalf out like I started to,
Hey,
because he
man,
had
that
his best
80.
game.
Um, I also told people take Jalen Warren longest reception over 11 and a half. He is inactive today, so you will get your money back if you took that one.
Yeah, and they may have found a better option with Kenneth Gainwell.
I mean, we discussed that a couple of weeks ago. If they get up in a game, man, they can rotate those backs out and kill you. Caleb Johnson's gonna get some burn today, so they're gonna see what he's gonna be like. But yeah, Gainwell's doing pretty good.
Caleb Johnson got 2 carries for 3 yards.
Uh yeah, all right.
Yeah. Anyway, welcome NFL Week 4. We about to get this thing started. Uh, a few things to go over. James Franklin still can't win a big game.
Told you.
Uh, hell, we both took Oregon. I'm not shocked. I mean, it don't matter what he do. It's always gonna be a loss. Uh, Jury's still out on Georgia. I don't know. Offense, I ain't
Alabama looking
impressed.
better.
Yeah, Alabama's looking better. Uh, in our next show, I believe I'm gonna take Vanderbilt to beat Alabama. I'm a believer in the Commodores. I'm sorry, I'm a believer in the Commodores.
You know what? Let's not give too much information out about next show, but next show is gonna be a good one.
Yeah,
And we definitely gonna discuss that Alabama Vanderbilt matchup.
yeah, I'm a believer. I ain't got nothing else too much to say. I was just gonna talk about them 3 games. But once again, yesterday was a hell of a day for college football.
Yes, it was.
I'm telling you, this Kenneth Gainwell just scored another touchdown. So
Mm.
he got 11 carries, 57 yards, 2 touchdowns, 4 catches for 21 yards. He got 23 fantasy points, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people didn't even play him.
Most likely didn't.
But anyway, man, let's get this show started. We're gonna get y'all up out of here. We're gonna give y'all some game advice, some fantasy advice, some betting advice, and just things that we found out or we know about each other games that may help you today as you betting and doing your fantasy. With that being said, let's kick this thing off. Well, we already did with the Steelers and the Vikings, the overseas game. If you're watching, Steelers are about to go up 21-6. It's been a good game. Carson Wentz is struggling. Pittsburgh defense looked like a Pittsburgh defense today, which is a good thing. Uh, we'll see how this goes. There's 2 minutes left in the third quarter, 21-6. Uh, first game, we got the Commanders and the Falcons. As everybody already know, Jaden Daniels, Terry McLaurin, they're both out today. It'll be a running back by committee. I just got an alert. Jacory Krosky or Bill Krosky, he will play today. Commanders defense has been pretty good so far, especially on third down. Secondary hasn't been as strong, which may favor the Falcons receivers today. But the Falcons are trying to avoid that good old proverbial quarterback controversy. Penix has been struggling. He's thrown one touchdown and has two interceptions. That's not good. They benched him last game. He has not thrown a touchdown since week one. Mariota would try to come in today and has a good chance to get a victory over his former team.
You know, you've already mentioned the injuries on this game. Atlanta is struggling offensively. They come in at 31st in points right now, so they bottom of the barrel. Like you said, they are trying to avoid that controversy. Um, Today, I think they're going to have Mariota just manage the game, which if they protect him and manage the game, like you said, that defense, if it holds up, has a good chance of knocking off Atlanta. I personally did not take any bets on this game because I didn't really like it that much. But things I would look for, I would take the Commanders. Um, Actually, are the Commanders favorite now? Yeah, the Commanders are favorite 2.5. Um, so I'd take their money line, possibly the under of 43.5, because both offenses are probably going to struggle today. And then you might take Michael Penix over 219.5 passing yards because if they're down, he's going to have to pass late unless he gets pulled for Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, that's something to monitor. I'm big on Bijan Robinson this game. Far as stats, I played a parlay with him. I got him over 100 yards rushing and receiving today. I think he's gonna have a pretty good game. As I said, this secondary hasn't been as strong for Washington. They probably get Bijan involved in the passing game. For some reason, I also like Debo in this game. I don't know why. I just do. I don't have no reason for it. McLaurin is out. I really don't think you can just go crazy on any other receivers because Noah Brown is out also. So that kind of leaves your top two targets as Debo and Zach Ertz. I also had Marcus Mariota getting 25 yards rushing this game.
They put him under pressure. That's where it'll be.
Yeah. I think I'm with you. I'm leaning Commanders. I want this Falcons offense to work bad because I really do like Michael Penix. I love Bijan Robinson. I like Drake London. Uh, I thought Kyle Pitts was gonna have a decent season. He's getting the passes, but he's not doing anything with them. So we'll see. We'll see how this goes. This has potential to be a good. Has potential to be a good game, but we'll keep an eye on it.
I think it's going to be
This
sluggish.
Yeah, it'd probably be a little muddied up game. Uh, this next game, I don't think it will be that much of a good game. You got the Saints versus the Buffalo Bills. This is the largest spread of the week at 14 and a half. It may have went up. That's what it was when I took my notes. The Saints are averaging 15 points a game, while the Bills are averaging 34. Um, that alone is bad. Don't be surprised if you see Tyler Shuck late in this game if he gets too out of hand. Buffalo, by numbers, they have the worst rushing defense, allowing 156 yards per game. If you want to play Kamara, I would encourage it. Josh Allen and his everybody eats offense, they have been clicking. James Cook is off to a career start. I expect Buffalo to jump out early, and I expect them to just kind of cruise into a victory. But you know, as Chris Berman say, that's why they play the game. You never know. But if I'm a betting man, I'm taking Buffalo in the 14.
Yeah, I personally expect Buffalo to cover comfortably. It was 15 and a half when it opened up on I guess when we started taking notes on Monday. Uh the Saints won't shut it down late, so they might put up some extra points towards the end. So that over might hit. Of course, Buffalo's going to put up points. I would take James Cook for an anytime touchdown. I've got a parlay with him and Justin Jacobs, not Justin Jacobs, Josh Jacobs, for anytime touchdown. But yeah, I
Mhm.
definitely I definitely see them covering today, 14 and a half.
Yeah, this may be a game. It may be over with midway through the second quarter.
Yeah, points will be scored in garbage time for this one for sure.
Hmm. All right, our next game, and literally, the next game is the Cleveland Browns versus the Detroit Lions. My first sentence of my notes, without looking anything up, if the Browns had an offense, they'd be a Super Bowl contender. That's my first sentence of my notes.
Their
They are
defense is
30th.
surprising.
Defense is surprising and been kicking ass and taking names so far. Offense, 30th in points per game, 29th in rushing, 16th in passing. I think they're rushing to get better now that they got Quinshawn Judkins in his full role. Defensively, first in yards allowed, fourth in passing yards allowed, first in rushing yards allowed. All this is going against Detroit, who is top five offensively in total yards, rushing yards, and points per game. Something gonna have to give here. Um, We've seen what this offense did to the Packers. We've seen what this offense did to the Bengals. And now this is probably the best offense they have played so far. It's not even probably, it is the best offense they played. They played the Ravens, they shut them down too. Um, of course, you want to lean Detroit. I think Detroit may have to win one of those muddy 20-17 games. I don't know if they can pull away from the Browns like that because I've seen them have trouble with the Packers. I've seen if you put pressure on Jared Goff, he gets a little reckless with the football. This will be an interesting game, but I am leaning towards Detroit to win. But I think it won't be a high scoring game.
Wrong. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I say that out loud? All right, right now Detroit's offense is clicking. Golf has thrown 7 touchdowns versus just 1 interception this season. And Detroit's run game, Sonic and Knuckles, you never know what you're gonna get because one might get the ball and break it long, and then one's gonna smash it down your throat.
Hmm.
Um, they are gonna get a test against this Cleveland defense, which I understand they are stingy, but it's still Detroit. Their offense is gonna put up some points. Um, I think in garbage time, the Browns might put up some points. I don't know that Detroit will cover the spread, but I think they're going to put up enough points in this game to hit the over of 44 and a half. You think it's going to be low scoring? I think they're going to hit that. They're going to hit that 44 and a half though.
They may. I just seen how they looked against the Packers defense, and they only scored 13 points. And the only reason they got there 13 is because Slock caught that late touchdown pass. When they've scored their points, it's been against bad defense. I don't. I want to see them, and hopefully I am wrong because this will provide legitimacy towards them being a Super Bowl contender if they can go in here and drop 30 points on the Browns, which is arguably the best defense in the NFL. And then the numbers are also kind of, they kind of mixed up right now because they scored 52 against Chicago, who's missing damn near their whole secondary. and then they scored 38 against Baltimore, whose defense is historically bad for Baltimore. So realistically, I hope you're right. You know, a lot of people. We got Jamison Williams, Amon Ra, Montgomery, Gibbs, Goff,
Laporta.
Laporta. It's a lot of offensive fantasy on Detroit. So we hoping they do score a lot of points. So we'll see how it go. I'm taking Detroit to win though.
So a stat that you don't see if you don't watch the game itself. That last game for Detroit, Williams, of course, he just got that big contract. He didn't have a pass caught that first half, I don't believe. But if you
Mhm.
watch the game, he was out there throwing blocks and breaking holes open for his for his running backs to make those long runs. He hustled even though he was not in the game. He was not a diva. Most people would have been crying about not getting the ball, but he was out there blocking his ass off.
Yeah, I think that's that Dan Campbell mentality that
Yep,
I think they've all bought in.
they have. The culture there is really good.
Yeah, most definitely.
There are a
Here
couple
we
of props I do like for this game though, real quick.
go.
Amon Ross St. Brown over 5.5 receptions, and David Montgomery. Um, I think he's gonna have under 49.5 yards. Gibbs will be the focus on the running back situation. So both of them are gonna have big games.
Anything on Quinshawn?
He's out of jail this week.
No, he been out of jail.
I know.
You think
That's
he can
all.
have a good game?
I don't. I don't. I think they'll be playing from behind a lot.
So that means Judy and Tillman. I don't know, man. I don't understand Cleveland, man. Joe Flacco clearly ain't the answer. The world knows Joe Flacco's not the answer. At some point, man, you gotta see what these rookies are made of. It ain't gonna get no better for you. Joe Flacco, me and you could sack Joe Flacco. He can't run. He
Joe
can't run
Flack.
for president.
Joe Flacco is that guy that you want on your team in case your starting quarterback goes down. You don't want him to be your starting quarterback.
Absolutely. I don't know, man. Cleveland offense, I don't know. I don't know. They've been sucking since Bernie Kosar was there in '86. Anyway, moving on. We going on to the We Need a Win Bowl. We got the Texans and the Titans. Both teams are on 3, struggling in the passing game. Both quarterbacks bottom in the league at QBR. Calvin Ridley, I told you at the beginning of the season when we had our conversation, and then I went back on it, and then I said, you know what? I'm thinking the Titans had a good old line when we made the wide receiver rankings. I'm saying Calvin Ridley, he's the clear number 1. He should do well. He ain't doing well. Io Man is the best receiver on the team so far.
Mm-hmm.
Offensive line is on pace for record sacks for Kel Moore.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Stroud is in the same predicament with below average offensive line play. Still baffles me to this day that they let Laramie Tunsil go. Houston is in desperate need of a playmaker outside of Nico. And Woody Marks, he has been getting more and more involved as the games go by for Houston.
Yep. Houston has yet to cover a spread this season. Um, then you got my Titans. They just changed the offensive play caller. Callahan gave it up, which he needed to because his job is on the line right now. Bo Hardegree, who has been he had been the interim offense coordinator for the Raiders and went 5-4 in that role for them, and they put up points while he was the play caller. Cam Ward has been limited in practice this week. I do not see a dead cat bounce where they're just going to put up a bunch of points, whether Cam is healthy or not, because we got a new offensive coordinator, or should I say, play caller. It's going to take some time to get things going. I see Houston covering 7 points. They're going to win today. They're going to cover the points.
That game is in Houston. Yeah, it's in Houston.
Yep, that
Mhm.
home edge. Um, uh, spot that I like as far as props. Calvin Ridley, longest reception over 19 and a half. We played that a couple of weeks ago. It hit. The Titans are going to be down. They're going to have to pass the ball. The offense has been sluggish, so they're going to need big plays.
I'm gonna go against you. I think the Titans gonna pull this victory off somehow. They're gonna pull it out their ass somehow.
Don't get me wrong. I would love for that to happen.
Tony Pollard has been solid. He's been playing well. It does not look well, but he's been playing well. I love Iron. I mentioned him. Uh, he's just a special dude. He looked like a legit wide receiver. He
He
really
is.
does.
He is.
As far as the rookies go, I feel like they don't talk about him enough. But he's having a good season. If they can keep Cam Ward upright, and I got the Texans defense on a few of my fantasy teams, so I'm going against that. If they can somehow find a way to keep Cam Ward upright, I think they can pull off 20-17. But if Will Anderson and them boys get back there on Cam Ward, it's gonna be a long day for the Titans.
Yeah. In an ideal situation, yes, I would hope that they can put Cam in a position to be good and keep him upright and get some plays off and call plays to his strengths. I don't think Callahan was doing that.
Yeah, no, I think he's gone at the end of the season if he make it that long.
Yep. And I think part of Bo Hardigree being the offensive coordinator playing calls is one, Nick, what's his name? Nick Holtz, the
Yeah.
actual offense coordinator.
Mm-hmm.
He's never called a play either.
Mm-hmm.
And they give it to Bo because he's actually done it before. I think this sets up for that whole staff to be gone and maybe keep Bo Hardigree around to help with the quarterback development.
Most definitely. Most definitely. It's another wrong road to walk for the Titans, man. But
Yeah.
eventually it's got to get better.
Welcome
It
to being
can't
a
stay
Titans
down
fan.
forever.
Welcome to being a Titans fan.
All right, next game we got the Panthers versus the Patriots. The Panthers will not have starting tight end Jatavian Sanders for this game. Ted McMillan has played the part. He is also available today. I just got that
He's
on
banged
my
up
phone.
though.
Yeah, he is banged up. He will likely be matched up. I said last week Christian Gonzalez was coming back. I seen today he is coming back this week. So they may, I'm sure they're gonna put Christian Gonzalez on tech because he's their best receiver. New England's defense has been giving up big plays and is vulnerable in pass coverage. They're hoping getting Gonzalez back will help change that. I expect to see Travion Henderson get more action today after their backfield, Ramondre and Antonio Gibson, had 3 fumbles last week.
Well, like you said, Christian Gonzalez is back. Sanders is out. Carolina has covered spread in back-to-back games as underdogs, which that's good in itself. But today,
Mhm.
I don't think they cover. I think Gonzalez being back, Ted being banged up, and having what's his name Sanders out, that's going to affect them. I think the Patriots are going to cover the 5.5. Um, it's not high confidence on that, but I think they will. I played it. You can play it if you want to. I wouldn't put a lot on it though.
Yeah. This may be one of the most boring games. I ain't really looking forward to this game. I don't even think I put nothing in for this game.
Um, I only put a small bet on that -5.5. You might look at Chuba Hubbard anytime touchdown because the Patriots have given up running back scores in each game so far this season, and you might also look at Hunter Henry over 36.5 receiving yards.
Hunter Henry been, for lack of a better word, he been hooping this season. He has, man. Quietly, he's a good tight end.
He
We
is.
never talk about it. Well, he always just delivers. That's what he
Yeah.
does. All right, so next game, very interesting game. We got the Chargers versus the New York Giants. Justin Herbert, I feel like a lot of people, including myself, feel like he's one of the early MVP favorites. They lost Najee to a torn Achilles, so the backfield should be heavy. Amarion Hampton. The Giants have not beaten the Chargers since 1998, and the last time that they beat the Chargers at home was in 1986. I was 3 years old. The Giants also they have injuries at running back with Tyrone Tracy being out, so you'll see a lot of Cam Scatterbo today. He should get the bulk of the carries. Of course, before I get out of here, we all know what the news is. Russell Wilson was benched. Jackson Dart will make his first NFL start against a top 10 passing and rushing defense. Uh, Brian Dayball came out and said Jackson Dart will be the starter for the rest of the season. He got hell to pay. He got the Saints next week, and then he got the Eagles, the Broncos, and the Eagles. And if he's still alive, we'll see what it looks like after that. The Chargers defense, man, they've been solid. They're allowing the third best in the league, 16 points per game. I got Malik Neighbors. I thought about taking him out, but he's so talented. I'm gonna leave him in and just hope for the best.
Well, I mean,
I,
you have to leave him in because you got a rookie quarterback starting for the first time, and of course, the number one wide receiver is usually the number one target whenever that happens.
yep.
Last week, Cam Scatterbo took over for the Giants' backfield when Tyrone Tracy exited the game in the first quarter. He
Hmm.
totaled 121 scrimmage yards, rushing for 60, and adding another 61 as a receiver. And he looked like a damn bowling ball out there.
Yeah.
That man, he is when that man is running the ball, he looked like he's trying to get CTE.
I'll tell you one thing about Scatterbo that a lot of people may not know. We see all the running over people and a lot of things. This dude is a willing pass blocker. He takes much pride in knocking defensive players on their ass for the sake of the play. I like I like Scatterbo. I really do.
Um, right now, Brian Dayball, he's trying to keep his job. That is part of the reason in the quarterback switch. Other than Russell Wilson, just ain't he ain't it no more.
Mm-mm.
He threw several lame duck balls last week. Like he just wasn't interested, or he just can't do it anymore. I don't know what's behind that. But in order to keep your job, you got to give the rookie a shot to see if he's going to give some life to this offense.
Yeah.
Uh, but I see the Chargers covering 6.5. Even banged up, their defense has been top notch. And the biggest difference for me in them this year than it was last year is Justin Herbert is out there looking like one of the top quarterbacks in the league, and he has a good opportunity with Quentin Johnson actually getting involved in the offense, them having Keenan Allen back, and then you still got Lad McConkey. He has a good
Hmm.
chance of being the passing leader this year.
Yeah. Right now, I mean, that offense is clicking. And we've said this a time or two before. It looked like he legitimately got some weapons outside of just Lad McConkey. I mean, Keenan Allen looked like he's 25 years old. Quentin Johnston, they maligned him his first season. He's gotten better and better. He looks legit. People forget he was a first round draft pick. So then you got Amarion Hampton coming out the backfield. The Chargers are legit, man. And if you've never watched the Chargers play, you're gonna see a number 3 jersey on defense that's gonna fly around and try to kill people today. His name is Derwin James. He's one of the best in the game, and he will knock your damn head off if you ain't careful.
He
It'll be
will.
very interesting to see if him and Scatterbo get to go head to head today.
Oh Lord. A prop to look at is Lad McConkey over 63 and a half receiving yards. He is, although they've got those three receivers, he's got 8+ target a game with 39% air yard share. He's cleared this number in 7 of his last 10, and he's especially feasting against weak secondaries, which is what the Giants have. Um,
Yep.
they're giving up nearly 200 yards per game to wideouts, one of the worst marks in the league. And we've seen mid-tier wide receivers torch them already. And Herbert is throwing on 60% of the snaps.
Yeah. Herbert, he on top of the game. I don't see a way the Giants can win this game. Sorry, New York. I don't.
Not today, Satan.
All right, let's see. Here we go. We got the Eagles versus Tampa Bay today. Seen a lot of things in the news about the Bucks. They've won 4 of the last 5, but one of the things about those 4 games that they've won, AJ Brown didn't play none of them. The game that AJ Brown played in, we killed him. AJ Brown has never lost to Tampa Bay in his career. So we'll see how that goes today because he will be playing. The Eagles will be without edge rusher Nolan Smith, who's on IR with a triceps injury. Tampa Bay does have a top 5 run defense, while Philly has one of the better running games in the league. Each team will try to impose their will in this game. Tampa Bay will get Chris Godwin back. I've seen a report that says he will start and play in quotations. He will play a lot today, which is good because they'll be without Evans, who has his annual hamstring injury.
Man said
I can see,
annual.
yeah, hamstring. He out for a few games. Uh, I think this is going to be a good game. I don't think people give Tampa Bay the respect that they should get. I think Tampa Bay is a legit contender in the NFC. I think they're one of the top 3 or 4 teams in the NFC, honestly. Uh, one thing that bothers me about Tampa Bay, they've been winning real close games, which shouldn't be close. Um, Baker Mayfield, I'm sorry, man, it's time. He one of them ones. I'm just, we gotta stop judging people off what they were, and we gotta judge them on who they are. This is not the Baker Mayfield from Carolina. This is not the Baker Mayfield from Cleveland. This is one of the top maybe 5 quarterbacks in the game right now, as far as how he's playing right now. Tampa Bay got a good. They got a good. I can see Tampa Bay winning, but I ain't going against my Eagles. I'm not doing it. I'm taking the Eagles. Uh, Another thing before we move on, man, let's talk about Jalen Hurts. It's this shit about Jalen Hurts is ridiculous. The man done won 19 out of his last 20 games, and he hasn't lost a game in which he started and finished in almost 2 years. At some point, man, you just everybody's not gonna throw for 400, 4 touchdowns and win games. That's not what they paying him to do. They paying him to win games. He's a Super Bowl champion. He's a Super Bowl MVP. He was runner up in MVP. He's a good quarterback. And all the quarterbacks that you say are better than him, he's beat them all. So at some point, you just got to give a man his respect and let him be great. Greatness can come in other forms than just the one that you lay out. So I think, with that being said, I think this is going to be a good game. Uh, Whoever the first team to get to 30, I think that's who win this game.
So something I didn't hear you mention was Baker Mayfield has a a bicep issue right now. He is
Yeah.
going to play today,
Yeah.
but I think that will have them leaning on the running game a little bit more than normal. Good thing they do have Godwin back. I don't know how much that's going to affect the game. Worst being back is going to help. Um, but Philly has actually been giving up a lot of rushing yards, which I think sets up well for Urban to get over 62 and a half rushing yards today. So I took that prop early in the week. I'm not sure what it's at now, but um, I like it. If for some reason Tampa Bay gets up, or if they need to slow the game down, they're definitely going to lean on the running game.
Hmm. I can see that. Uh, the Eagles, they still gonna try to find a way to get Saquon involved. He may not have a bunch of rushing yards. I think he at least get 50. Tampa Bay, they legit up front. The problem with Tampa Bay, they secondary once again, they secondary is suspect. AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, Dallas Goddard, Jahan Dotson, John Mechie, Saquon can catch the ball out the backfield. This offensive line gonna give Jalen Hurts time. If he gets time, he can pick you apart. He'll dink and dunk. He'll do whatever he got to do. So we'll see. I like Igbuka in this game more than I like Godwin, of course. I think I think it's eventually gonna be his spot, number one spot. Like you said, I like Bucky Irvin. Play all your fantasy players, just and we'll see who come out on top on this game. But I do feel like we gotta put Tampa Bay up there, man. They legit. They
I
legit.
was speaking of Baker Mayfield. We've discussed this on previous shows, and the casual fan does not realize this, but Baker Mayfield is one of the best quarterbacks in the league at reading defenses. He
He
will
will
check
rip
he
your
will
ass
check
apart.
down an audible off of what he sees, and he's one of the better ones in the game at that this year. Now in this
Yep.
game, I was afraid to touch the spread because this game could go either way. I expect it to be a good game. I expect it to be a pretty high scoring game. So I took the over of 44 and a half.
Same. Another before we go on, we giving Baker Mayfield his flowers today because he don't ever get them. Look who's led the league in touchdown passes for the past year. So it's Baker Mayfield. Uh, so we moving on, man. This next game should be just as good. I think it has the highest over under, if I ain't mistaken. I think the Colts and the Rams got the highest over under. The Colts have lost four straight to the Rams. Both teams are in the top five in total yards per game. Jonathan Taylor has been running back one so far. Alec Pierce, a big part of their offense, he's out today with a concussion. I expect Pittman to get the bulk of the passing, receiving yards his way. The Rams are looking. It was a heartbreaker, man. They should have beat us last week. They should have beat the Eagles last week. Uh, Devontae Adams is battling a hamstring injury. He is going to play. How he plays and how much he plays, I don't know. He did practice on Friday, so that'll be something to monitor. It'll be tough for him because the Rams also play on Thursday night. So we'll see how that goes. Kyron Williams looked good against us. Like you said, our running game is awful. Uh, Play your people. Play Kyron Williams. Of course, you're gonna play Puka. Do you play Devontae Adams?
You have
Is
to.
the question. I put him in my flex. I am gonna play him. Uh, as crazy as it sounds, you play Daniel Jones. Of course, you play Jonathan Taylor. I mean, Daniel Jones. Until he gives you a reason not to play him, you play him.
So Puka saw season high 15 targets last week, hauling in 11 for 112 yards. Um, he was heavily utilized underneath. Having Devontae Adams there has kept him open. You can't double team either one of them. So, like you said, play both of them. One of the coolest nicknames in the game right now is Indiana Jones. And if you watch any of the Indiana Jones movies, he's always treasure hunting, and he usually gets the treasure. But a lot of
Mm-hmm.
times he gets chased by somebody, and he got to get out of there. Today he's gonna have to get out of there. Jared Verse is gonna be on his
Yeah,
ass.
yeah, girl. Yeah, that number eight. Yeah, he's something different too.
Lord have mercy. Um, I don't see the coach winning this one.
Really?
I don't see the coach winning this one.
Mm,
I think the
interesting.
Rams. I think the Rams are going to cover 3.5.
They
It's
should. I'm not against
it's going to be a good game.
you. Yeah, I'm definitely not against you. I think the Rams gonna win as well. It's just I'm one of Matthew Stafford's biggest fans, I guess, because I ain't never been against Matthew Stafford. I love me some Matthew Stafford. I put him in that category with Baker Mayfield. We don't give him enough respect. This dude been one of the best quarterbacks since he came in the league.
I think
He had his struggles in Detroit. He'll rip you apart.
I think Daniel Jones is going to look better than quarterback that we saw at the Giants, but I don't think he'll be as good as the quarterback we've seen for the past 3 weeks.
Yeah. Now if he does, if he come out here and he put out on a strong performance against the Rams, then we're gonna have another conversation about Daniel Jones.
Alec Pierce is out this week with a concussion.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yep.
So Michael Pittman will be his big target this week, and Michael Pittman is starting to get the target share like we thought he should have. So you might look for him over 4.5 receptions.
Absolutely. Before we get to this next game, give y'all an update. It is 7 minutes and 50 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Minnesota just scored a touchdown. The score is Pittsburgh 24, Minnesota 14. I just got an alert that Calvin Austin left the game in an ambulance with his shoulder in a sling. That
Mm,
is not good.
not at
They was
all.
already thin at receiver, and I believe he was the wide receiver too.
Yep.
Yeah, that's not good. So that's the update. As Aaron Rodgers does their usual weird run out to the field that he always does. All right, so we got the Mac Jones Bowl. We got the Jacksonville Jaguars versus the San Francisco 49ers. Surprisingly, the Jags are one of the best running teams and one of the best run defenses in the league. Both teams are in top five in points allowed, so this could be a low scoring game. Brian Thomas Jr. is dealing with drops and he's also dealing with a wrist injury. It may be some kind of something in there with that. The 49ers will have no sympathy when dealing with injuries because they have injuries on both sides of the ball. They just lost Nick Bosa. He went out for the season with an ACL. The 49ers are scraping out victories every week, but they do get Brock Purdy back this week, so that should help. Pearsall is going to play. Jennings, he's up and down. Last I seen, he was going to play. Kittle is still out. Of course, you know they're gonna give McCaffrey the ball. Um, as far as the other side, it's killing you. It's killing me. I'm keeping Brian Thomas Jr. in. I mean, at this point, he was either a first or a second round pick. You keep him in. If you want to trade him, I would say wait till he have at least one good game and then try to get something for him. But at this point, I'm a plan. Keep him in.
Christian McCaffrey topped 100 scrimmage yards for the third straight game to open the season. Now, I told people be wary of drafting him because you never know what you're gonna get. You might have that injury and he be out most of the season. But right now he is looking like top pick in the draft.
Do you think they would trade for Trey Hendrickson? Hell, I hope the Eagles do.
I don't think so. I think Trey Hendrickson sticks around for another year. Because they may end up restructuring his contract as some of the cap room opens up next year. I think they personally got their feelings moved out of it once he got that raise this year.
Yeah. And I say this about the Bengals, we ain't went over them yet. Their defense actually don't look as bad as we thought it would. It's not good, but it's not historically awful as we thought it would be.
It's not, which we'll get to in just a second. I think I'm gonna keep this one short. I think the 49ers cover the 3.5 today. With Brian Thomas struggling and Travis Hunter not looking like a wide receiver, they are gonna have to depend on the run game, which if you shut down the run game, they have to pass.
Yep,
So
absolutely.
I'm gonna go with the
All right,
49ers minus 3.5. Let's move.
I think this is the game of the day. Well, it should be, but record-wise, it's not. One of these teams will be in unfamiliar territory. One at the end of this game, one of these teams will be 1-3. We got the Baltimore Ravens versus the Kansas City Chiefs. Derrick Henry, although he's running the ball well, he is tied for the league lead in fumbles, I believe, or leading the league in fumbles. The Ravens defense is as bad as we've seen it in years. They're nearly last in all defensive categories, all while leading the league in points per game. The Chiefs, good news, they'll get Xavier Worthy back for this game. It will be interesting to see if the Chiefs can finally get their run game going against this porous Ravens run defense, who are missing their starters, Namdi Matabike and Broderick Robinson, who are both on IR. Uh, Lamar Jackson gonna go out here and do everything he can to try to get this victory today. Oh, I did see Isaiah Likely is back today. That'll help.
Yep,
You
that's
had
some
that in your
plus.
notes.
Yep.
Yeah. For some reason, I just think Kansas City gonna have some dumbass luck, and they gonna pull it out.
Man, it just this doesn't sound right to me when I think about the Ravens. The offense is the best part of this team. For years, it's always been the defense. The offense has been keeping them in games, and defense has been letting them get out of games, which is odd to me. I don't understand it because they have the right pieces over there. They just need to figure out what they're doing wrong and get it together. Derrick Henry turning the ball over is not helping. He's going to get you 100 something yards a game, but those turnovers have been crucial in the games that they have lost.
There, and they come at awful times too.
They do. Um, on this game, I think the Ravens are disappointed in what they have been putting out on the field for the past couple weeks. I don't know if they've had any locker room talks or what's going on inside the locker room, but hopefully they have gotten together and tried to figure something out this week because they need to win. I think they are going to cover 2.5 this week.
I was gonna say they need this win more than Kansas City do,
Yep.
because the way it's looking now, as crazy as it sounds, Pittsburgh may be the best team in the AFC North. And let
Man,
me say this:
that sounds crazy.
Kenneth Gainwell may be overtaking his RB1 because he's headed for a 100-yard game and he may get another touchdown. It's gonna be hard. I think Mike Tomlin gonna have to take a real look at this because Kenneth Gainwell got this offense looking way different.
Well, I've told you for the past 2 weeks, Jalen Warren is not a bell cow back. He is more of a third down back. That's how they need to utilize him.
So that's how they're gonna have to utilize him, man. Because I'm telling you, Kenny, shit, he should have stayed his ass in Philly, but he had to go. He had to
Man,
go. And I'm proud of him. He's from Memphis. I believe he went to Memphis. Yeah, he went to Memphis. Um, he looked good, man. I'm happy for Kenneth Gainwell. I really am. All right, moving on, man. The last of the late games, we have the Chicago Bears versus the I wouldn't call them the Oakland Raiders, the Las Vegas Raiders. Caleb Williams should be able to build on what was his best game so far of his young career against Dallas last week. Roma Dunze looks like the number one option at receiver over DJ Moore as we speak. On the other side, I think the Raiders may have found a young star in Trey Tucker. Ashton Genty, he's still pleading and asking for carries as he should. I feel like this could be a high scoring game. Both defenses are on the below average side. I'm gonna go on the limb here. I know every week me and my friends we got a group chat. We put our bets in, and we try to win some money and thing. I think Ashton Genty gets in the end zone today.
I hope he does. Um, Caleb Williams tossed for 4 touchdowns in the Bears' home win over the Cowboys. On passes over 2.5 seconds, which mean they were protecting him, he went 14 of 21 for 254 yards and 3 scores. If they can protect him, he has a legit shot of running a good offense. But the problem right now with the Bears is injuries are stacking up. Uh,
Hmm.
TJ Edwards hurt, Kyler Gordon hurt, Grady Jarrett hurt, Colston Loveland hurt, Darnell Wright hurt. That's going to slow them down. Um,
Yep.
Raiders at home, I think that's where I'm going to lean today. I'm going to take the Raiders -1.5.
I'm with it. I got Brock Bowers. I got Trey Tucker. I got Jacoby Myers. I got Geno. I got everything on their offense but Genty. So
Uh,
I'm with it.
Speaking of Jacoby Myers, he's been a walking big play. He's cleared over 22 and a half as a long reception, 9 of his last 10 games. The Bears secondary has been handing out chunk plays like candy. They've given up the long reception to Jameson Williams, Pickens, St. Brown. They've all ripped him up. I think today Jacoby Myers gets over 22 and a half yards on his longest reception, and we're gonna catch that probably first half.
Sounds like a winner to me. Got another update. Minnesota just stopped Pittsburgh on 4th and goal at the 1 yard line. Kenneth Gainwell did not get in. 4 minutes and 9 seconds left. The score is still 24-14. Our next game, Sunday night game. I want to
Yeah,
show
boy.
y'all my notes. I wrote 2 words. That's all
Michael
I wrote.
Parsons.
I didn't write nothing else for this.
Michael
Micah
Parsons.
return.
Oh, okay.
Micah return.
I had the subject right. I had the words wrong.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you don't need notes for this. The Cowboys defense is awful. Uh, every time the Packers go into Dallas so far for the past 2 or 3 meetings, they beat the hell out the Cowboys. Uh, this is a chance for Micah to rub this shit all in Jerry Jones' face. I think he get at least one sack. I really do. At least one. I hope it's a sack, fumble, and a return for a touchdown. That would just make my day. Of course, you know the Cowboys. They don't have CD. That's gonna hurt. This is the game that they needed. I feel like offensively, man, the Packers should be able to do whatever they want to do. Play Josh Jacobs. A lot of people are big on Matthew Golden this week, so we'll see how that goes without Jaden Reed. Of course, I'm taking the Packers. Uh, if you want to play Dak, he may get a bunch of empty calorie passing yards late in the game. You had Jake Ferguson last week. I think he had 17 targets. I think he had like 12 or 13 catches. So Jake Ferguson will be a good play this week. Taking the Packers.
Yeah, like you said, not a whole lot needs to be said here. Josh Jacobs, I would take him for anytime touchdown because the Cowboys have been giving up touchdowns to running backs. Josh Jacobs has been consistent, and I think either last week or the week before was the first time in the last 10 games he did not have a rushing touchdown. Um, Micah, he's going to be causing pressure. I'm going to take a page from your book, Mike. I think I'm going to bet Green Bay defense to score.
There you go.
And the reason I say that is because he's going to cause pressure. You got Kayshawn Nixon back there, who is their return man. So if he doesn't get some type of return on special teams for a touchdown, he has the opportunity for an interception. And if he gets his hands on that ball, he's hard to stop.
Absolutely. I'm with it. I'm with it. I love it, and I'm with it. So we got 2 Monday night games. First Monday night game is the Jets versus the Dolphins. I'm gonna age myself a bit here. I was a junior in high school when this game came on. I'm hoping for a Monday Night Miracle Part Two. In 2000, it might have been the greatest game ever played on Monday Night Football. The Jets scored an amazing 30 points in the fourth quarter to come back and the Dolphins. If you was old enough, if you was old enough to remember that game, you remember offensive tackle Jumbo Elliott catching that pass in the back of the end zone to tie the game, to take it into overtime, where the Jets won 40-37. Justin Fields makes his return. Uh, they should be able to run and pass against this Dolphins defense. The Dolphins have been more of a reality show than a football team. I just feel like they need to shut this noise out, go play football.
I haven't put in any bets on the Monday night games yet. I usually wait until Monday to do that. But I think this might be the game that gets Daniel fired.
Whoa, really?
Yeah. I don't know that the Jets are gonna win. I think it's gonna be a close game. I think they'll cover that plus 2.5. Uh but if the Dolphins don't come out and run these boys over, McDaniels might be gone. Tua is showing
His
he's
time,
not the answer.
yeah, his time is definitely numbered.
Somebody gotta
Definitely
go.
numbered. Yep,
It's either one or both.
I'm with you. I'm with you. You taking the Dolphins to win?
You know what? I'm taking the Jets as the underdog.
I like it. I like it. I hope we get a good game. I'm playing Garrett Wilson. I'm playing Garrett Wilson. He's having a solid season. Uh, both Justin Fields and Tyrod Taylor been getting the ball. Um, You play Brees Hall. Of course, you play Tyreek Waddle, Chan. And we'll see how it goes. But I hope it's a good game.
I think Aaron Glenn and what he's doing for the culture in that locker room, similar to what they had in Detroit, is very good for this Jets team, and we might start to see a turnaround.
I hope so, man. I hope so. I'm rooting for Aaron Glenn, and especially after he did that damn dance when they blocked their field goal. So I'm definitely rooting for him.
Mm.
So something big happened in the Minnesota Pittsburgh game. It was Jordan Addison. If I ain't mistaken, I think he went for about 80 yards and got stopped at the 3 yard line. They have not been able to get the ball in the end zone. It is fourth and goal as we speak.
Touchdown.
Uh, oh, you ahead of me. Yep, touchdown. The score is now 20-24 with 2 minutes and 8 seconds left. Jalen Naylor, for those in fantasy, he caught that touchdown. You're not getting no points. Hey, this turned out to be a good game.
Man,
So we'll see. We got one more game. We'll get y'all out of here so we can watch the end. We got the Bengals and the Broncos. Of course, you know Joe Burrow is out. I had a note on Chase Brown. Let me dig it up before we get out of here. Chase Brown broke an NFL record.
what?
Yeah, he has a. Chase Brown has the fewest rushing yards in NFL history with at least 45 carries in 3 games.
Okay, I
So,
hadn't seen
needless to
nothing
say,
about that.
he's not been good. Jamar Chase has been serviceable, but he ain't doing what we thought he was gonna do. Of course, Burrow is gone. T. Higgins, I benched him. I can't even trade him. Nobody wants him. He's not doing nothing. On the other side of the ball, Bo Nix, he's been up and down. J.K. Dobbins, he's been solid. Cortland Sutton, he's been playing pretty well. This Denver Broncos defense has been kind of iffy. Of course, you know the matchup it will be Sertain versus Chase. Um, I got the Broncos. They at home Monday night. I'm taking the Broncos.
You just told me the answer. Well, I can't say you just told me the answer. You just counteracted of what you said on T. Higgins. Jamar Chase will be covered by Patrick Surtain. This would be the game that I would probably start T. Higgins.
Got to, but until he showed me, man, I'm a bench him.
Jamar Chase will be covered by Patrick Surtain, one of the top three, if not the best cornerback in the league.
I think he the best.
He right there. It's subjective depending on who you really like, but yeah, he's right there. I think today, I mean, Monday will be the game that T. Higgins gets his.
I don't know if he gonna have enough time.
It is Jake Browning.
That's the thing. I just don't think that they gonna have enough time. And then when I read that off to you about Chase Brown, you don't respect the running game. So you sit back and cover two, or you sit back and man, and you let your hunters hunt.
Yeah,
And you know Cincinnati got a bottom of the league offensive line. If they can get to him, if they can rush him,
I
and I
mean,
hope T Higgins has a good game.
Denver is going to bring pressure with Benito and Zach Allen, so the pressure's going to be there. Mm,
I hope you're right. I want to play T Higgins. I picked T Higgins, and most people pick T Higgins. They got him second, third, the latest fourth round.
I'm gonna have to look deeper into this game before I actually make a pick because the line, the spread is between 7.5 and 8.5, depending on which book you have. I
Yeah.
don't know that I trust them to cover that because the offense has been struggling a little bit also for Denver. But
Mm-hmm.
at the same time, you got Jake Brown in quarterback, so all it takes is a turnover or two.
And then another thing, a lot of teams have been doing this. They may put Sertain on Higgins and just double Chase. That's what they was doing to AJ Brown and Devontae Smith, especially if you got that dynamic receiver. I see a lot of defensive coordinators doing that now, so they may put Surtain on Higgins and just keep one over the top and keep one on man on Chase just so he can't get loose. So I mean, it'd be interesting.
Okay.
But before we get out of here, today is National Drink Beer Day.
Well, shit, I'm gonna have to go celebrate.
I figured you might like that.
Hey, and you know what?
Also,
To
go ahead.
celebrate this game being in Dublin, Ireland, I might have a Guinness. I don't drink Guinness, but I might go have one.
So Brandon asked this question yesterday: who's the best 3-0, 2-1, 1-2, 0-3 team? I'm gonna answer it before we get out of here. The best 3-0 team, I want to say Philly, but I'm kind of leaning towards the Chargers. If you put me on the spot and I had to be honest, I would take the Chargers by the way they're playing. The best 2-1 team, I'm gonna say Detroit. Although I do like Green Bay, but I would take Detroit. And that's kind of hypocritical because Green Bay did beat Detroit. So I know I'm being hypocritical, but I don't like the way Green Bay looked against Cleveland. But then again, I don't like the way Detroit looked against Green Bay. Best 1-2 team, I'm gonna take Baltimore. I'm holding on to
Of
hope that this
course.
defense is gonna get it better. And then you look at the other 1-2 teams. You got the Raiders, Broncos, Patriots, Browns, Panthers, Falcons, Chiefs, Bears, Cowboys. I think Baltimore better than all them. And if any team is on 3 can turn it around, Jets, Dolphins, Saints, Texans, Titans, Giants, Houston. You on 3 for a reason. All those teams.
Hey man, the way you just delivered that last little Houston part remind me of what these kids are doing nowadays. 6, 7?
I ain't got no hope in none of these 0-3 teams, bro. I'm telling you, they all got their problems. The Jets, I mean, offense is stagnant. Miami's in their own way. New Orleans is New Orleans. Houston, offensive line, running back. You only got one good wide receiver. Tennessee, offensive line. Cam Ward struggling. Ridley struggling. Coach about to get fired. Giants, coach about to get fired. Injuries, running game, new rookie quarterback. Toughest schedule in the league. So, uh,
So
I
Mike,
don't
I
know,
got a
man.
question. I got a question for you before we get out of here. You got 20 minutes to put in your bet. So folks, start getting your bets in. Take whatever data we just gave you. If you like the bet, run it. I've sent out all my bets, but I want to put in one last bet. Um, if you had to choose one person today for an anytime touchdown, who would it be?
Jonathan Taylor.
Jonathan Taylor. So my favorite for anytime touchdown is James Cook. So therefore, I am gonna run a Jonathan Taylor and a James Cook touchdown parlay.
I like it.
That just got me at plus 135. I'm running it. I'm putting $5 on it. So there you go. I'm about to post that as the pushing the lines parlay collab.
It is. You got 25 minutes to put your bets in. This man sent me 5 bets.
Ooh, Smeezy, huh?
No, no. This is Javon, my
Oh.
OG615.
All right. So we're still gonna try to do our college show on Friday without giving you too much information. Of course, we're gonna go over the top games, but we're all gonna also gonna give out our midseason awards.
The PTL is gonna be interesting. Last but not least, if we give you an update on the Pushing the Line League, I am currently in second place. I am 3-0, and I am playing the first place team. Surprisingly, his name is Michael. But I am playing him today. So it's the battle of first place today. T is he's 1-2. He's tied for sixth. Who is T playing today? He is playing Beast Mode Reggie, so he's playing Shy. So we'll see how that goes for him today. T left Jalen Warren in his flex spot, and Jalen Warren did not play today.
at all.
But that, you know what was messed up about that? So I woke up at 7:30 and I seen it. This should have been said last night, or if they knew he wasn't gonna play, this should have been something they said last night. I seen that shit at like 7:30.
Well, I did after I sent out the bet for his receiving yards. I did see where he was on the injury report, so I almost did not start him, and then I was like, he'll be all right. So that was my fuck up. I'll take that.
Hmm. All right, y'all. Well, we appreciate y'all tuning in, man. It's 1 minute and 52 seconds left. Looks like Pittsburgh is driving. They just took their last time out. It is 4th and 1. That's gonna be interesting. 1 minute and 52 seconds left. 4th and 1. They're on the Minnesota 40-yard line. Let's see if they
Y'all
go
lo-
for it or not.
y'all log off this show and watch the end of that game.
Yeah,
Get
let's
your
let's
bets in.
let's go ahead and wrap this up.
Pull
All right,
up
we'll see
eyes.
y'all.
Be ready.
I cut him off.
Ready. Hey, hey. And Nelson talk, Nelson.